Hey y'all, Irix guy here, and I just wanted to spend a moment to talk about why Jaeger LeCoultre, and if you're not familiar with Jaeger LeCoultre, you may not be that familiar with timepieces, but what Jaeger LeCoultre is, it is a manufacturer brand Swiss watch. Now what manufacturer means is that all of the movement inside of this timepiece and all of their timepieces are handmade in-house. A lot of your big timepiece manufacturers that you're probably familiar with, Omega. Now Omega started manufacturing their own movements recently, but Tag Heuer, and actually Tag Heuer has some of their movements made in-house now too, and that's the new trend. But Jaeger LeCoultre has always been a manufacturer brand, meaning that they make their own movements. And a lot of the other brands, now Rolex has always made their own movements, but Rolex doesn't decorate their movements. Rolexes are very solid stainless steel timepieces that you can take in the pool and wherever, and they'll take a beating and they'll survive pretty much forever. And if they need a tune up, send them in, get them tuned up, and they'll continue to tick away. Now the Jaeger LeCoultre, it's known for its for the finishing touches. If you look at the back, most of the Jaeger LeCoultres have what's called an exhibition case back, and that's the case with this one. This is just the Jaeger LeCoultre Master Control, but you can see the movement. It's very well made. You can see all the detail in it. That's what you don't get with a brand like a Rolex. On a Rolex, you're going to have the solid, what's referred to as the oyster case back, just a very water resistant case back. But you can't see the movement in there. If you open up a Rolex, the movement's nothing impressive to look at. Jaeger LeCoultre, what's interesting about them, they don't submit their timepieces to the COSC. Now, if you're not familiar with what the COSC is, it's a private institute over in Switzerland, and they basically subject a watch movement to a series of tests to see if it meets or exceeds a certain criteria. So that just indicates that a timepiece should be highly accurate because it's gone through the rigorous testing. Now, Jaeger LeCoultre does not submit to the COSC, but what they do, so this is not a chronometer. So if you see a timepiece, like all the Rolexes are, the Breitlings, the Omegas, and then some of the other brands have chronometers as well. All that chronometer means is that the timepiece has been submitted to the COSC and it has met or exceeded the testing that was performed as far as accuracy is concerned. So I don't know in the back of my mind the exact, because with any automatic watch, it's not going to be precise like a battery-powered Timex. It's just not. But it's got to be within a few seconds a day to meet or exceed that COSC requirement. Now what Jaeger LeCoultre does that's so impressive is that they do their own testing, and they call it the Master Control. The Master Control 1,000-hour test. So they subject each one of the watches that they make. Now keep in mind they make them in-house. They make the movement, everything in-house. And not only do they do like the COSC does and submit it to a series of tests, but through their own internal testing, they subject it to 1,000 hours with the movement in the watch. And that's something with the COSC. They're testing movements, but they have not yet been mounted into whatever watch. So it's not really as the Jaeger LeCoultre method is better because they're testing it as is. So it's going to go out the door. So they take like this Master Control on my wrist right here. Before this was sent to the authorized dealer where I bought it, this was subjected as is to 1,000 hours of testing. So you're talking about quality control. If you want to get something that is going to last, not saying the other brands won't, they're really good. I mean, I've got Omegas, I got Rolexes, Breitlings, great pieces, chronometers, very accurate. Got an Omega that's probably about 12 or 15 years old now, and sure, it's not keeping as good a time as it did. I need to send it in for a service actually, but it's still highly accurate. And it's actually, even with that age and that amount of use, it's more accurate than most non-COSC certified automatic watches that are out there on the market today that are brand new. So when you're dealing with timepieces, either get a COSC certified piece, or take it to the next level. Get you a good deal on a Jaeger LeCoultre, because it's 1,000 hours master control of testing. So just something to keep in mind. And again, I like to collect watches, so if you have any questions, feel free to ask. I'm not an expert, just a hobby that I have. So shoot me a message to this YouTube video, and feel free to check out my other videos too if you haven't already. And likewise, be sure to subscribe. It's youtube.com/IrixGuy. And y'all have a good day.